Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Bobby Valentine Sports Show. I'm your host, Frank Rampant. And let's dive into not this week of the MLB season. No. This is not going to be a recap video. Let's dive into the Grimace Mets. The Grimace Mets coming out of absolutely nowhere, turning their season around and getting themselves right back into the thick of things. So, the New York Mets have had one of the weirdest seasons of any team that I have seen really ever in my life. They started off the season 0-5, right? They were the worst team in baseball in May. I believe they won 9 games in the entire month of May. They're now one of the hottest teams in baseball after an unbelievably ridiculous stretch in June where they were the best team in baseball. And it's all thanks to the McDonald's mascot Grimace and a Latin American pop star that they signed to play second base. Let's dive into that. So the Mets, like I said, started the season off 0-5. And they did not look very good. They followed up that horrible start by going 15-9 in their next 24. So they got themselves over 500 after that terrible start 0-5. But, I mean, it still wasn't all there together because right after that, in May, they were the worst team in baseball with a 9-19 record. 9-19 in May. No one could hit. Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor, their two stars, were struggling at the beginning of the season. Lindor wasn't doing very well. I believe he was hitting in the 3-hole. But Alonso also was slumping. He was sitting fourth. The bullpen was also in shambles. Edwin Diaz blew 4 saves and 5 tries in the month of May, and then he got hurt. So the bullpen was all out of whack going into the beginning of June. Worst team in May. They were 28-37. All right? So going into June 12th, the day that changed everything, the Mets are 28-37, 9 games under 500. And on that eventful June 12th day, the fate of the Mets was changed by a purple blob that threw out the first pitch at Citi Field. On June 12th, Grimace, the McDonald's mascot, he took the world by storm last summer when they brought back the Grimace Shake for his birthday. That was all the talk of the internet for about 2 months. But on June 12th, they brought Grimace back for his birthday. I believe it was his 50th birthday. Threw out the first pitch at Citi Field on June 12th. And ever since that moment, everything has changed. They won that game on June 12th to beat the Marlins. The next day, I was actually at the game. They played the Marlins. They were losing the whole game. They're getting no hit until the 7th inning. And then JD Martinez comes up in the bottom of the 9th with 1 out, walk-off 2-run home run to bring the Mets back from the dead. And the Mets go on to win 7 straight games after Grimace throws out the first pitch. 14-4 to close out the month of June, which was the best record in baseball. So Grimace and just comes in, throws out the first pitch, and these Mets just absolutely go crazy. The offense came to life. Francisco Lindor moved from 3 to 1, and he has been the best leadoff hitter in the league since that adjustment has been made. Pete Alonso has really turned things around. He's an all-star now. He's going to be competing in the home run derby again, but this just happened all out of nowhere right after June 12th, after Grimace threw out the first pitch. And during this exact same time, the Mets signed former journeyman shortstop Jose Iglesias, who hadn't played in the MLB since 2022. Jose Iglesias played a long time for Detroit, also played for the Red Sox as well. That's where he started his career. So Iglesias finished second in Rookie of the Year voting back in 2013, and he made the All-Star game in 2015. He was not really the greatest hitter, so he's mostly known as a defensive specialist, but his hands and his footwork at shortstop and in the infield is unbelievable. You still see that now when he's playing for the Mets. After a disappointing 2022 season, nobody wanted Jose Iglesias. So he played all of 2023 in the minor leagues. So he thought his career was going to end, and he began singing. He started to go with a different career because he thought his career was over. So he began to sing, and he created a musical identity of Candelita, and he created the song OMG, Oh My God. And this song became his walk-up song as soon as the Mets signed him, and the Mets loved it so much, they started blasting it through Citi Field, through the speaker system, whenever the team would hit home runs, and in the clubhouse when they would win games. So, since coming up to the majors, Jose Iglesias is hitting .388 with a .974 OPS. And the Mets were 11 games under 500 before we get called up, and now they're 18-8 since then. 13 and a half games with the NL East, probably not in sight, but they're only 1.5 games back of the National League wildcard spot right now. So, the Mets, after signing Jose Iglesias and having Grimace throughout the first pitch of the game, they go on an absolute tear. Jose Iglesias had such a profound impact on the New York Mets organization that after their second to last game of the month of June, Jose Iglesias The Mets won the game. They came back to beat the Astros, and they officially released Jose Iglesias' song OMG by letting him perform a concert on the field at Citi Field in full uniform right after the game on Friday night. So the Mets win. They're the best team in the baseball. They're the hottest team in the league. Grimace and OMG, this crazy run they're going on. And right after the game, right before the fireworks ceremony, they have their second baseman, who just created this song, release it to the world by performing it on the field in uniform with all of his teammates right there. Unbelievable, unreal. And since Grimace threw out the first pitch, 12-2 are the Mets. And the power of Grimace and oh my God from Jose Iglesias, Candelita, as they like to call him, the international pop star, brought the Mets back right into the thick of the playoffs race. 1.5 games out of a wild card, and they are right in this thing. They have a complete chance, all because of Grimace and oh my God. So, quick little video here for you today. Hope you enjoy this style. Going to be doing more of these now. We got like different stories and stuff. Look for another one All-Star related in the next week or so as the All-Star break is coming up. But that's going to do it for us on the Valentine Sports Show. I have been Frank Rampin. We'll see you later.